Alright, hello and welcome to this 95 exit no cape speedrun tutorial. This is an advanced level tutorial, mainly for people who aim for 1 hour and 26 minutes or 1 hour and 25 minute time, or better. And today we're gonna talk about a split that I'm gonna call bridge area. In the split of people, you often see World 4 or Ludwig split, because it ends with beating Ludwig's castle. This is the split that is just after Vanilla and before Forest of Illusion. It's kind of a transition split, and we're gonna go in different areas in this part of the game. We're gonna start with bottom bridge here, and then we're gonna go back in Star World, complete Star World 3 that we left behind in the early game, and Star World 2. I already explained why Star Wars 2 and Star Wars 3 are left behind, so I'm just gonna quickly talk about that later when we're gonna do the levels. Then we go back to Vanilla Dome, complete this normal exit, and you see the interests. Why we actually go left entering Vanilla Dome before, instead of going immediately right, just to be able to have an easy access to top bridge here without too much backtracking. There we go. So the good thing about this split, I'm gonna start with the plus. The good thing about this split is it's less convoluted overall than Vanilla Dome. In the last video we talked about Vanilla Dome, and you guys probably realized that Vanilla Dome is just a mess. You have like 7 billion ways to deal with Vanilla Dome depending on the strat you aim for. You have like dependents, like Vanilla Ghost House for example, depend on the Donut Secret House, on your performance in Donut Secret House. Here in this split, the only part that has different routes is this bottom bridge area, or where basically you have two choices. You either go for CMBK or don't. It's easier to explain, at least. Do I have anything else to add on the structure? I think I talked about the structure. I talked about where it's... no, it's okay. So before we talk like about the levels, we're just gonna remind everybody what's our status, what's the condition here, what's our condition. We have the yellow switch, green switch, red switch, blue switch in the forest, so obviously we don't have it, and we have the special world effects on. Out of Vanilla Dome, we're supposed to have a green Yoshi that you get in Vanilla Dome 3, and honestly it's very hard to lose green Yoshi after Vanilla Dome 3. If somehow that happens, I would suggest you get another Yoshi somewhere, either in Vanilla Dome or go back in Star Wars 2, I guess can be an option. There is a way to perform CBA without Yoshi, but it's not very... I don't expect people to not have Yoshi in this level, so I'm probably not gonna cover it for this tutorial. In terms of power-ups, you either have 2 flowers. Let's just make it simple. You either have 2 flowers for CMBK or not at all. And if you don't have 2 flowers by this point, CMBK is not gonna be accessible. This is how we're gonna take it. Okay. So let's start with the levels. First level is the cheese bridge area. This level is pretty famous in 95 no cape. It's called Kaizo level because we're gonna ride a blade, and usually it's beginners that wants to go towards like more advanced strats. This is among the strats they want to add, and it's possible to struggle on it, but an advanced player should not actually. It's very consistent level, and let's go. You see, it's not that bad. It looks worse than it is actually. So I'm gonna do it once so you guys can see. So we're gonna go for the standard version of this level. There is a faster version that I'm gonna talk about later. Nope, there we go. There we go. So we're getting the normal exit. Luckily we have Yoshi wings in the middle of the level, that are like completely intended. So you just grab them and you get normal exit. Okay, so let's break it down. First of all, you want to jump, you want to run off on those 3 platforms. You don't have to hold to be here on that gap here. You will directly land on the first platform without holding jump. I'm gonna get my green Yoshi, it's better for context. There you go, you just run off. It's funny that when you're big, it just doesn't work. Even when I hold jump, it doesn't work. So this is specific to Yoshi. And you just have to hold right and Y to get on this platform, up, get boosted a bit, and then you want to jump here. So you want to jump on that so here. So what I do usually is I release jump when Mario is like off screen. There you go. So I get off screen, I release jump, and I re-grab jump just after. There we go. And then we are on the saw. So hop, release, re-grab. So it's a bit late here, but it's okay. Up. Up, and then we get to the saw. Okay. So what you want to do here is a tiny wiggle, like a tiny up, down back here to the right. You want to like push a bit the screen to the right so you can spawn this saw in. If you don't do it properly, like this, you see that the saw will not spawn. So we are doing a tiny manip, tiny spawn manip to make sure that the blade that is on the second track is gonna spawn, and this is the blade we're gonna use for the first part of the round. So hop, 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 and there we go. Okay. So attack, little manip, took, and there we go. I messed up. So you see, that was like too much. So don't hesitate to like try to control your jumps here. If you do everything full, this can happen. So and that just happened to me. So there we go. Like I'm in a run. Let's go. So this is by far actually the hardest part of the run. Not the run, but the hardest part of this level. So once you're on the blade, you want to stay ahead of the blade. That's how I hide it. I always try to anticipate its position, and I want to move forward. Move forward, forward, forward. Don't stay behind. You can get debated if you stay behind. And this is like the main mistake I see from people who try to do this strat. So stay ahead of the blade. Tack, ahead of the blade, ahead of the blade, ahead, tack, tack, tack. Okay? Always. Riding the blade is not the hard part of this level, so you have to get used to that. The hard part is just the spawn manip here. Up, up, up. So I'm gonna try to put a safe state after at a good spot so we can handle the end of this level. I think it's good enough. So here, where the blade is, you see a diagonal track here. Okay, this is gonna be our visual cue for the fast ending of this level. So what I'm gonna do is prepare myself. When I see this track here and the blade approaching, I'm gonna prepare myself to jump on that saw here. And you gotta commit to it before you see it, so you can like gain speed again. You see I'm at P5, but if I continue the movement, I'm gonna rebuild P speed. I'm gonna get P7 again. And then I can start the last part of the level. So up, I saw my cue, took, I start to go. So what I like to do is a tiny re-grab off the first saw onto the second saw, and then a full jump. The rest is caveman, full jumps. And I saw a lot of people not doing that, doing another setup where they're like, try to commit, I think, to something like this. And then you have to do that, and so sometimes you have a third saw behind that sometimes just doesn't spawn. So that's why you kind of want to do a low bounce here. And that is like 100% consistent. This works every time. So I don't think we should teach like anything else. I think we should teach this way of doing saws, fast saws, because it is 100% consistent. This version of saws never let me down. This is just, it always worked. Okay, so no weird stuff. Small jump here, small re-grab here, full jump, and then you are at the wings. You get 65, it's good. You can get 66 if you really play it really tight on the fast ending, but it's okay. I feel like getting through this level is good enough. So that was like the first version of it. The most standard one, most people go for that. When I got my 125, I actually went for that. So, but there is another way. I'm not gonna cover in details, I'm just gonna show you guys how it's done. This saves like, I wanna say over a second. And you have another way. Same Somanip, and then you just do that. Alright. So everything is, and then the ending is the same, but it's just the middle of the level that is different. And then you get a 68 grab, 67 wing, 67 even, instead of 66 grab and 65 even. So it's kind of a more complex strat. And there is a blind jump in it, that's why I'm not a big fan of it, but I think we're gonna talk about it really quickly. So the beginning is the same, except that I do 4 full jump here. 3 full jumps, sorry. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go. When you count up to 4, you can go and you jump on this saw. And then you have a blind jump here. You need to land on that one tile. Okay, so let's do it again. Attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop, hop, hop. Then, when the text box is around the dragon coin, I think it's there, you want to wiggle left, right. So you can manipulate the saw on the second track and make it spawn. And this is kind of tricky. This is very tricky to do. I'm gonna put the save state. 2, 3, 4, attack. You see, that's why I hate this jump. I just didn't make it. Attack, hop, wiggle, and then this saw spawn here, down here. Okay, and then the rest is the same. Visual cue, jump, tiny grab, attack, and then you go. Okay. So I'm not sure if I would recommend this strat, honestly, even for 125 grind. I only use this strat if I like really feel like the run is not going well. But if I have a good pace, I think it's good to skip it. Because this is like infinitely harder than the first one. It does save a tiny bit of time, like over a second. Some people may say that it's not nothing, but keep in mind that it's the middle game. And you have RNG splits after. So I feel like you kind of want to get there. So yeah, not fun of that, but it's good to know that it exists if you want to save run and have like tiny time saves here and there. But this is like, that increases the difficulty of the level by like that's like ×2 harder at least. But there we go. At least you know that this exists. So you're supposed to get now in Cookie Mountain. After clearing normal exit, you get to Cookie Mountain. Cookie Mountain, you have 2 choices here. You either go for CMBK or you don't. Usually people who don't go for CMBK, they usually decided before, or they just got bad luck in Castle 3, and then ended up not having the 2 flowers for this level. So I'm just gonna show how I do it when I decide to not go for it. And then we're gonna talk about the Cookie Mountain boss kill. So let's just do it once, as usual. Like speeding my shell on top here. Up, attack. And my visual cue is there, so I can drop down now. 1 press. Run, tack, tack. Tack, grab flower, hit, tack, tack, kill this guy. Up. And then end the level. There you go. So this is, if you need to grab, this is like, yeah, I forgot to mention one thing. So this is if you enter big, don't have a fire flower already. Fire flower is going to be very important to fire kill Ludwig. This is probably the most important fire flower in the game. Unfortunately, this is the hardest one to keep. There's not a lot of backup in the split to have a second flower to have a fire flower. So if you don't have one, Cookie Mountain is the one you should get. There is one in Soda Lake that is kind of slower. Like if you miss the one in Cookie Mountain, you can get Soda Lake. We can cover that later. If you already have a flower in this, but you don't want to go for CMBK, or you can't go for CMBK because you only have one, you can just go and fly over and ignore the rolled blood part. It's just if you only have one flower, you can just go. You don't need to like go down here, lose time trying to grab a second one. Just fly. Okay, so you're there, tag, and then you just fly to the end of the level. Okay, this is very easy. So now we're gonna go back talking to of this, the one who you actually need to grab the flower. So first of all, you wanna hit this guy because if you don't, this happen. Sometimes you take damage. I'm surprised I got a bounce actually. Or what? Last time I did that, I took damage. Well, in any way, you lose speed. So attack. You want to hit this guy, attack, hit this guy. So now we are in position to hit the shell. You want to wiggle a bit to make sure that you don't rot the wall. Well, if you're lazy, you can just do that. It's kind of slower, but I like my tiny wiggler. And then I like speeding the shell here, so I don't have to refresh it. Okay, so attack. Now we are in position. Here I'm gonna look for this moment here, this dragon coin here. When the item box is close to the dragon coin, or aligned with dragon coin, or slightly after is fine too. I'm just gonna drop down. So attack. I'm gonna look for my visual cue. Right here, I drop down. I'm gonna collect. I'm gonna go around this area, so depending if I drop early or later, I'm gonna be either on the dragon coin, slightly before, slightly after. I like to do one pump at this point. In any way. Up. So one pump, and then usually I'm gonna land there. Okay? And it's fine. So one pump and you land there. So now you want to jump here and speed the shell like that. This is the roulette block. We're gonna grab the flower here because we actually need it. This is the fastest one to get. Attack. Up, grab the shell. Grab the fire. So up, speed shell, grab fire. Gonna redo it again. Speed shell, turn back, grab fire. Okay. So you gotta practice that. One step at a time. Attack, attack. The next thing you want to do is to actually grab the shell. So you want to turn back again and grab the shell. Okay? And you want to get ready to actually immediately jump so you don't have to rub this pipe. This fire is actually going to shoot two small fireballs that can be very annoying. This enemy is actually very annoying, and we're going to deal with it in a really sexy way that I'm going to explain in a second. So tack, grab fire, hit shell. So what you want to do now, after you did that, two pumps is to do two B press, tack, and then press Y. So here at this point I'm on claw grip, so I have my index on X, and I'm gonna do B, Y, B, Y, B, Y. So I am gonna speed the shell and actually kill the enemy. I found this strat. I actually came up with this, I think. I've never seen anybody do that before, and this is actually I like this strat a lot. Usually the old strats were like something that was not very comfortable, was like to fly under like that, and it was easy to mess up, or literally just avoiding the fire like that. But here you can just like do that, tack, B, Y, and then you kill the guy. Okay, do it again, tack, grab fire, tack, B, Y. Re-grab the shell and then fly to the end of the level. There you go. So now you're done with Cookie Mountain, you have your Fire Flower. This is the fire flower you want to Ludwig, so that's important. If you don't have one before. Alright. The thing is, this is not the fastest way to complete Cookie Mountain. The fastest way to complete Cookie Mountain is to use a trick called Cookie Mountain Boss Kill. To perform a trick that is called the Cookie Mountain Boss Kill. This is a very hard trick. It's probably like it's hard to explain, but you have like a lot of categories of tricks, and this is among the hard tricks that are reasonable to do RTA. And in my opinion, among the hard tricks that are reasonable, this is the hardest one. In this category, and maybe I'll do a video one day on it, you have like unreasonable tricks. This is like a lot of those tricks were considered like task only or for a long time, and people are trying to like at least like try them RTA. I'm one of them that try to do those strat RTA regularly to try to get used to them in case I need them in runs, but yeah, those are like another category of tricks that maybe we'll talk one day. Cookie Mountain is if you go for reasonable stuff, it's probably gonna be the hardest one you have to learn. So let's go. Very hard boss kill. The setup of the beginning is the same. Attack. I messed up already. So hit this guy, pop this guy, hit this guy, jump and scroll. Okay? And then we are in the area where we're gonna perform the trick. So hit this guy, attack, jump and scroll. So you notice that when I started flying for this level, I had my index finger on Y, on X, and then press, like I'm actually claw gripping right now. But when I'm performing CMBK, I'm not claw gripping, I'm starting on Y. And I have a standard grip. And I fat thumb the X button to hit enemies. So hit, jump, kill, hit, jump and scroll. And after that, this is the perfect moment to actually put a save state when you practice the trick. So just after the scroll. You have a lot of people that scrolls after. I'm probably the only one who scrolled before performing this trick. But I found much comfortable. I found this version way more comfortable. Because worrying about scrolling while you try to jump on those throats is something I don't think is good. And now you don't have to worry about anything. You're already in the trick area, scroll is done. Scroll is mandatory for this trick, I believe. So, just because we need to manipulate the spawn of those dudes. So there we go. So what you want to do here is, on that point on, you want to jump Jityoshi, like this. Tack, tack, and jump to the shell. Okay. So tack, tack, jump to the shell. Tack, tack, jump to the shell. So we're gonna redo it from the start. This is how you gotta learn the trick actually, I think. Tack, scroll, tack. Jump, up, jump to the shell. We're gonna try it again. Tack, tack, scroll, jump up, jump to the shell. Okay. So when you have the shell, and this is gonna be a bit fast. Save state, like. Okay, grab the shell. So you want to grab the shell, and what I do is I press up left after I grab the shell, because you want to be ready to up throw the shell. And you want to be ready to up throw the shell, and at the same time press select a few moments later, like a tiny bit later. So something like this. All right. Because we're gonna perform a double tongue glitch, like GBK, we're gonna hit this shell and we're gonna hit cancel on the blue dudes, on the blue Koopas. And so hop, get to the shell, throw, so that can happen. Up, and we're gonna take damage on this guy so we can perform double tongue. I just missed it there, but that's the idea. So you wanna jump, you wanna throw the shell around this point, like in between here. You don't want to do it too late, because if the shell is too high, it's going to be very difficult to perform the trick. And if you kick it too early, the shell is going to get stuck like around this point here, and then you cannot perform the glitch anymore. So you really want the shell to land on this slope here. Get out of here. On this slope here, not too high, not too low. That was a good position here, for example. This is very hard, okay? The shell position, having the shell in a good position is very difficult. It's probably for me among the hardest part in this trick. The ending is the hardest part, but this is like probably the second hardest thing for me, is to have like a shell in a good position. So you want to really put a lot of practice in for that. So small tip I use when I up throw the shell is I have my finger on Y, and when I up throw it, I switch to X. So I release Y, we grab X. One thing that I had when I was not switching for X to Y for the throw, but instead pressing Y twice, was to press Y twice too fast. And let's go back in order. Is to press Y too fast, and then if you press Y too fast, it's possible that you burn the shell when you're in movement like that. So you gotta be very careful of that. So what I do is I just switch to X, and I feel like it was better for me to not like burn the shell. It still happens though sometimes. So there we go. The other part of the trick after you up throw the shell is to drop the flower. You want to drop the flower slightly after. You want the flower to be around this area here. Okay? So you can perform double tongue. Here the shell, for example, was not in a good position. So the trick failed already. So tack, tack. Flower in good position. Up. That was good enough. Tack, tack. Flower in good position. That was a bit too far to the left, but I could have worked. There you go. That was good. Okay. So what you want to do after this is to spin jump or normal jump, depends, on this guy, take damage, and you want to reposition yourself quickly under the fire. So, hop, hop, hop. Get on Yoshi, position under the fire. Okay. So, we're gonna do it again. Tack, tack, tack. Position under the fire. Alright. And then you want to perform double tongue after. So double tongue, you want to press Y and B when the flower is like close enough to Mario's head, and you want to go hit the shell first. So let's do it again. Tack, tack. Hop. And hop. So that's an example. So you see, I just like double tongue for the shell. I think we're gonna do it one step at a time. So tack, tack, tack. Double tongue for the shell. You want to get used to like hit the shell with the double tongue before like doing anything else. And everything is good, happening so fast that it's very hard to miss the double tongue in this setup. Because you're worried about like too many things. Okay. So right now you don't have to worry if you're at this point of learning the trick. Just get the double tongue and hit the shell. Double tongue, I get the shell. Double tongue, get the shell. Quick under, double tongue, get the shell. Okay. After you got the shell, what you want to do is to turn back, use the second tongue to hit this guy and cancel off this guy here, of the right guy that Yoshi has in his, you see the tongue here. So that's the guy you want to hit with the second tongue. And the guy on the left is the guy you want to cancel on. You want to take damage on. Oh, I killed it. Like that. Okay? So up. Double tongue grab shell. It's not a very good setup, but I can make it happen. So this is like that. Yeah, it's not the best position ever, but there you go. So you want to hit cancel like that. Okay. And now, this part here is actually, in my opinion, the hardest part of the trick is to be able to be in this position here. After you are in this position, you're gonna stomp on the right guy. Okay, so I'm gonna do it now. So yeah, that happened if I cancel too late. So this is very tight. Huh? This part here, you want to cancel like early enough, or else this is gonna happen. I think it's because you're too late that this happened. You want to spin, you want to jump off this guy here, bounce on Yoshi again, quickly press down and speed the boss. Okay? You want to drop the boss on the ground, then get out of Yoshi and kill it. Okay, we're gonna do it again. Ah, it's not good enough. Up, tack, tack, up. Oh, so here, for example, I load the save state on accident, but I was too far to the right, so I soft lock. If you're too far to the right when you perform this trick, you soft lock. So you have to be careful. And it's very hard. Ah, it's not good. If that happens, usually it means that you spawn the blue guys like too late. You want to spawn them early enough. There you go. And then you kill the boss. So attack. Oh, you didn't jump high enough, I guess. So yeah, that's an example of a soft lock. I was like too bad. and the way I perform the trick. And there we go. So, stomp off the guy, remote Yoshi. Okay, do it again. Hop, hop, stomp off the guy, remote Yoshi, press down, speed the boss. And then kill it. Hop. Jump off Yoshi, kill the boss, remote Yoshi. Okay? So this is very difficult. Don't feel bad if you like ever like skip this trick. This is not required for 125 by the way. The first ever 125 was like without this trick. So this is really like overall this trick doesn't save that much time if you go for double star clip. It's like 4 seconds, 5 seconds. So this can be skipped and this is very hard. So I definitely understand if you don't go for that. It's just a lot of practice. I try to break it down to pieces, so to like small pieces, a small part, so you can practice the small parts and then try to perform the trick entirely. This is actually a very hard trick to explain. Most of it is like you gotta mess around with the setup, try to find something you're comfortable with. This is how I learned it actually. And beside the cues for the throws and then explaining inputs you have to do and pushing people to actually learn it piece by piece, then it's hard to do more than this actually. Right. I don't have more tips for this. There's one last thing I want to say is if you perform the trick, oops. Two more things. So you perform the trick, you missed it like that. If you like speed the new sprite and then Yoshi take damage, it'll go out of bounds and you'll lose it. So this trick actually costs a lot to miss. If you miss the trick after getting the double tongue, this is very hard to back up. You have to go through Cookie Mountain casually, and this level is an absolute nightmare. So what you have to do is to actually go there and grab this Yoshi here, so you can... This Yoshi here, if you miss the trick and you lose the other Yoshi, it's mandatory. And you cannot clear CBA secret without a Yoshi in no cape. There is a way to do it, of course, by despawning the gold tape, but I mean, that's a small only tech, and I don't see why you would go for that instead of going back for a Yoshi. So that's the problem with CMBK. This is actually the reason why I hate this trick, beside the fact that this is difficult. It doesn't save that much time overall, and if you miss it, you lose a lot of time though. That is the problem with the trick. And I've seen so many good runs by some people, just missing the trick and then suddenly becoming a bad run. And skipping the trick, and then they could have skipped the trick and then the run would have been like so much better. Just for like what, 5 seconds? If you go for double star clip, it's like 8 if you don't go. If you miss double star clip, it's actually worth it to go for it. But if you get double star clip and a really clean run, not sure about that. One last thing I want to cover about this trick. I want to talk about. So we're gonna perform it one more time. There we go. So exactly, yes, that's perfect. I missed the guy. Okay, in the fast setup. So first of all, you lose 5 seconds when that happens. So you're happy because this trick is supposed to save 5 seconds. But if that happens, you break out even versus somebody who doesn't go for it. So there you go. But that was my small attack versus this trick, for this trick. But so here's the thing: you do that, up, you don't miss the guy. You miss the guy. So what you want to do here is to respawn this guy here, stomp on him, drop the boss, and then kill it. There you go. We're gonna redo it again. Up, I don't know what to do. I missed the fast trick. Up, like that. And then you lose your 5 seconds, but at least you don't have to do the level casually. Or fly over the level. No, at this point you cannot fly over the level, I think, because the shell is dead, so... No, it's actually very bad. This is the good backup. This is a good backup if you miss. If you get the hit cancel properly, but don't get the fast setup to spawn the boss, then this is the best way to do it. So there we go. That was Cookie Mountain. Very hard, okay? Don't feel bad if you don't go for CMBK. Personally, right now, I'm going for CMBK only on runs that are not that great. For example, not too long ago, I got a 36 3x out of Vaniadom, and that was an easy skip CMBK run. It's like, okay, let's just go to Forest and try to finish the run. But usually, if I get a 37 flat or like a run that is not that great, I'll go for everything in Bottom Bridge, trying to save the run. That's because I have a high 25. Of course, somebody who has a mid 25, CMBK is mandatory now for people who have like a very good 25. But going for 25, CMBK is not mandatory. And for 26, I'm not even going to talk about it. Because you can get a 26 by just playing well, not even by doing the art tricks. So, okay. So we beat Cookie Mountain, we're happy. So we're supposed to be in this position, either one flower or and one mushroom. We're just gonna cover the one flower because we're gonna do the same things regardless. So you're back to CBA. You want to get a secret exit this time. For those who know the game, the secret exit is just behind the normal goal, and I think it's required to fly. Like it's intended to fly. Probably that, but we're just gonna use Yoshi to get to the goal, so I'm just gonna go through the first part of the level. You guys know that. I actually missed that jump. That is very rare. That's good for the tutorial though. So this can happen. Actually very rare that I missed that jump. Like overshooting this one is actually very hard, so... I gotta focus, I guess. Okay, there we go. It's not even that hard. So at this point, we're gonna, instead of grabbing the wings, just go toward the second half of the level. What I like to do at this point, first of all, is to actually grab this midway. I'm gonna explain after why. And then this is what it looks like. Like, hop, 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 hop. Jump, ditch Yoshi, we are behind the goal. Grab the wing, and then grab the goal. Okay? So here's the thing. Why do I grab the midway, first of all? Because if somehow you jump, if somehow you just like end up in a position that's gonna kill you, great. If somehow you end up in a position that's gonna kill you, let's say you run off like that and then you're gonna die, because you already cleared one exit, you can start select out of the level, and then you'll restart at the midway point, instead of having to redo the beginning of the level. So this midway, I think, it's good to actually grab it. So you lose less time if you mess up. It's basically it. Of course, at top level, it often means your run's dead if you have to rely on that. But if you're racing 95, it's a good habit to actually grab it. And you can grab it without losing time like that. If you jump too late, you're gonna bonk off that block, but yeah, just jump early enough, grab the middle. Here is just learn the jumps. I have nothing to say. And then when you reach that platform here, this is where it's gonna start. The interesting things are gonna start, so there you go. So here you wanna, what I do is, at the end of this platform I do a full jump to reach this saw here. And if you do full jumps here, you're gonna reach the first and the second. Okay? So this is really caveman. Back, first, second. The thing is, if you do a full jump all the way, this is what happens. So you want to control that third jump to make sure that you land on the first saw. So full jump, tac, tac, control. So hop, full jump, tac, tac, control, and full jump. Okay? So full jump, tac, tac, control, tac, full jump. Hop. Okay? Full jump, tac, tac, control, tac, full jump. And what I do is a small jump to be on this platform. I find it more comfortable to do this ditch. You can actually do a full jump all the way. So after you do this control, you do a full jump all the way. But I think like this jump is tighter and you can grab the goalpost. If you grab the goalpost, that's a disaster. Because you lost Yoshi and you lost you lost everything. You have to get the Yoshi back and you have to re-clear the level. Your midway is not even enough at this point. Because you're gonna respawn at the beginning of the level. So please do not never grab that goalpost. I think at this point it might even be better to die than grabbing the goalpost. especially if you grab the midway. So there we go. It's not very difficult. You just have to know that you have one jump to control, small bounce, hit Yoshi, and then just grab the goalpost. One thing that can happen with this strat is if you jump too early, there is a chance, very early, you really need to mess up. That can happen. That means you jump way too early. So technically it's on you. There's a way to avoid that by doing something like this. And then you go back to the normal setup again. So you can do a small jump, small regrab of this one. And then you end up with the normal setup. Always aim for the top saw here. The top blade here. Because this one can despawn here. You see there's a blade here normally. But it can despawn. So be careful of that. Top blade always. Never mess around with the bottom blade when you have Yoshi. If you're small, it actually... I don't think it despawns if you don't have Yoshi. But just be very careful of that blade. That's all. I have nothing more to say. This is actually not too hard exit. The hardest part is actually the first half. So... And the first half is not that bad, and it's easier than it's harder than the second half. So... after a bit of practice, you should not have too much trouble in this level. Okay. It's already 41 minutes, but you're gonna see later that a lot of levels here are straightforward. We just like... Those 3 exits are the Earth. With Ludwig's Castle, a bit of this split. The rest are very easy. Let's go with Soda Lake. Soda Lake, if you don't have a Fire Flower and you're Big Mario, first of all, there is a fire block here. Okay, there is a block that if you're big, it gives you a flower, so... Here is your backup flower if you somehow didn't grab the Cookie Mountain flower. And you need a flower, okay? Well, I'm not gonna cover that. You just like trigger the block and grab it. And then continue swimming. In this level there is nothing much to say besides just learn the route. So I'm just gonna show you how I handle this level. It's literally just you learning where to swim. If you're bored, you can shoot the fishes. What I do usually. Here I'm getting bored. Hop. Hop. Yeah, I like to shoot these guys. Alright. Soon we're gonna get into the only interesting part of this level. I'm gonna put a save state here. There's really not much happening. This is the interesting part. I mean, the hardest part of this level is you want to shoot 2 fireballs around there. And you want to kill the 2 bottom fish, so you just make the way for you here. Okay? That's literally the hardest part of the level. Sometimes you will not kill both fishes. Why you do, when that happens, I'm gonna try to shoot very early. You can swim under and then put yourself back in this position. Okay? Not much happening here. It's better to like kill everyone. You can also kill it on your way down like that. But yeah. Just find yourself. Just make your place. Kill enough people, kill enough fishes to like make your place. If you didn't, then just avoid them. Might be possible to even like move like that and get back, but you saw that I slowed down here. It's not good. So fireball, attack, and then put yourself here. We didn't slow down here. And one more time. The double. Up. And then we're here. So here you want to just like delay a bit so you can bait the 3 last torpedo tails. What I do is just I release down right and then we grab down right after a while. So, and here you are at the pipe. So tack, tack, tack. Release, regrab. And then, oh, I messed up actually. So you want to like delay enough so you can bait at least the 2 first. There you go. Then you get into the pipe, so for the last part here you have a hole here, so be careful. You can fall like that if you don't all jump, so... Oops. I'm gonna redo the last part for free. Okay, you can get 26 if you're good enough, but 25 is good enough. So you want to all jump out of this pipe, or just do a jump like that. If you don't, you're just gonna fall in the hole, and then it's gonna be... If you don't pay attention, you're gonna die. I've heard some of my friends call that the Brahms hole. Because I think former runner Brahms actually died here by not paying attention to that hole. So, yeah, be careful. Sorry, Brahms. So there we go. You can get 226 pipes if you don't delay too much, if you play tighter than me on the delay. But it's not very necessary, honestly. Alright, next level. Next level is Tower 3. Because we want a backup power up so we can feed this blue Yoshi, I already explained. So we go to Star World 3, what we do is this. Run right, hold Y, and then grab the goalpost. With the P-switch, you want that flower. Okay? Don't forget. There is like something that a lot of runners, most runners do. I think it's to reduce a bit of lag. I'm not sure about that actually, but we like to throw the item before the goalpost. Like that. Here it's a place you don't want to do that. Just like hold right and Y. That's the only thing you hold on your controller. Don't do anything. Now, this level has a tiny chance, there is a tiny probability, there is like a really low probability that the gold tape despawn. So if that happens, just start select and then restart the level. It never happened. It happened to me like twice in my entire SMW career. But yeah, that's annoying when that happens. It's possible. You're just unlucky if it does. There you go. I think some people can see it looking at the lucky tree. For example, here I know it's good. And I've seen, I think people are trying to like do a small left-right to make sure that it doesn't happen, but okay, let's just leave it at that. I'm not sure about what I'm saying right now, so let's just leave it at that. You have your two flowers and you enter Star World 2. We already covered the to do Star Wars 2, so I'm gonna go fast. When I have fire, what I like to do is to actually kill this guy. I actually messed up my early setup here, so let me do it properly. 1, 2, 3, grab, press down. There you go. So here, very easy. Now that you have fire, you can like play music, but that's pretty much it. Find your visual cue to be able to drop down, and instead of going to the key, you want to go into the pipe. The interesting part of the level is here. You want to drop the flower and feed Yoshi like that. So what I do is I press select right after I gain control of Mario. Like, hop and jump immediately. Okay. It's very easy to do. All jump when you do that, and then you get on Yoshi. So, tack, tack, up. And then we have our blue Yoshi for the rest of the game. For at least deep inside forest. Funny enough, if you do everything perfectly, this Yoshi is the Yoshi, you'll do the first Yoshi clip with this Yoshi. So this is like one of the most valuable Yoshi in the game. This one is gonna work very hard. Alright, back to VS1. VS1 we want to normal exit. It's actually a very tricky exit. So what I want to do as usual, I'm gonna do it once. Is grab this guy like the first time. And then this time we're just gonna climb here. Up, up, and then get to the pipe. If I see a 79, I'm happy in general. If I get trolled by the green beans on the camera, 78 is okay. Alright, so let's break it down. So around here, tongue jump. As usual, tongue jump. If you want to use the green bean here as a boost, go ahead. So let's do it again. I want to put the save state at the right spot, so we can talk about the actual art part of this level. Okay, should be here. Tack. So what I do is I split the shell here, and you want to climb. You want to climb fast enough, but you want also delay enough so the red Koopa start advancing. If you go too fast, this is what happens. If you're too slow, way too slow, and you jump too far to the right, this is what happens. So you want to delay a tiny bit here by doing this movement here so you can jump. in the gap. Bringing the shell up to that point is gonna despawn one of the guy. It's supposed to be 3 Koopas and 3 Koopas, but here you see there is 2. It's because we brought the shell on top here, like that here. That despawn one guy. I think this is for the reason. I think that's the reason why. I believe that one of those guys despawn. And anyway, one will despawn always if you do those movements. So attack, 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 and you want to jump on the gap. So here you have 2 options. You can either hit one of those guys on your way up, which is the easy way out of this level, like that. And then you don't care about the green beans. This is 78 guaranteed if you do that. Second way, more optimal, is to actually climb. Oh, I messed up. Is to actually climb like that quickly, stop a bit on the pipe, and then jump. If you don't get trolled by the game, you should be able to jump on the second green bean here on top. If you get trolled like that, you can jump on this one and this one. Okay? So, it's not a pleasant level to do, honestly. It's one of the most annoying levels, in my opinion. Oops. It's easy to lose time for no reason. There you go, I didn't get trolled, I guess. I think it's consistent to manipulate, but I'm not very good at it, so I'm just gonna call bullshit on the game when that happens. Like a lot of people. There you go. And 79. Okay. So, not much to say about this. If you lose Brioche in this level, if you lose it high enough, like... My point, if you lose this Brioche here, like that here, if you go too fast and you lose it here, like it's like, if you take damage like that, up, I would suggest you finish the level and go back, get another one in Star Wars 2, instead of going back down and trying to get it, because you have to reclimb again. Not sure which one is the fastest, but if you lose faith in this level, usually what I do is just I just move on, and I don't want to redo it again. Those are your two options. You either go down, back down, or you just finish this level and go back in Star Wars 2. Star Wars 2 is just next to the level though. So might be a good option to just go back to Star Wars 2. I guess it's up to the player. See how they feel. At top level, I don't expect anybody to lose their Blue Yoshi in this level though, but we never know. Okay. Vanilla Secret 2 is a flyover. It's not much to say about this level. Beside that, you just get P-Speed, jump, hit this guy, and then fly. As usual in flyovers, what I do is I wait until like 80 or 180 to do the refresh shell trick, and then I just fly to the goal. So the only thing that's interesting in this level is actually the beginning. There you go. So the beginning is actually kind of tight. You want to build P-Speed there. You gotta get used to build P-Speed there. It's really easy, like I did my first time doing this level in this video, to go too late or to just jump too early with no P-Speed. Okay? So the trickiest part is building P-Speed here. So you build P-Speed here and then hit this guy here. You have to learn to time your Y press here. It's very easy, like up, and then you fly. I have nothing more to say in this level. Beside that, and beside one more thing, there is a flower. This is here in the middle of this level. There is one fire flower, like this one here. This is the last fire flower of Bottom Bridge. So if for whatever reason you're big here without fire, this is the last one. And if you don't have fire by that point, and you fail to grab this one and take damage, don't go back for a fire, just go. You'll just stomp Ludwig. It's fine. But yeah, this fire is extremely annoying to grab. I cannot even come up with a strat that is actually half decent for it. So I guess you can find like good cues to pump, like to press B and fly with Yoshi properly so you can land near the block. But this is a nightmare to actually get right, so This flower as a backup is a very bad flower. Alright, so we can move on to the next level. VS3 is a platforming level. There's not much to say about this one besides that you gotta learn the jump. The early part of the level is the hardest part of it because it's inconsistent. And the last part of the level is the most consistent one. It's just learn the jumps and then move on. There's not much to say about the second half here. You do that, like, if you get 63, you're a lucky man. Yeah, I'm happy. It's pretty rare that my strat get a 63. So I'm playing on a practice ROM that is using the US version as a base, I guess. So the difference is you can usually hit dolphins on the JP version. So when you're gonna see me tongue here is to get this dolphin out of the way, and you're gonna hit it on the JP version. So what I like to do at the beginning, first of all, is to actually do a tiny jump. It's just to adjust my timing. If you go right away and jump, you realize that, there's not much you can do. So you have to somehow delay. So my delay is this, a tiny jump, and then I go tongue this guy and then jump here, and then reach this platform here. Okay? So tiny delay, attack, tongue this guy, because in the JP you will be able to hit it, and then jump here. Okay? And this is like the part that is kind of annoying here. Attack. So this part here, those dolphins I think are generators, which means that the spawn are like it depends on global timer. It means that it's inconsistent. And so you have to react on early dolphins, late dolphins, or different kind of spawns. So what I like to do is to jump off screen, full jump off screen, and try to react to what I see. If I see the first dolphin really early, it means that I got early dolphins, and I really just jump immediately when I'm off screen. If I don't see the first dolphin, I consider that I got late dolphin, and I just all jump all the way. So this is an example of early dolphins here. Tack, I see the dolphin, I release jump, and I land on the dolphin. If I get late dolphin, you just all jump all the way. And then you go. So tack, up, release jump, up, jump on this guy, and then you can start the second half of the level that is actually just learning the jumps. I have no advice for this. For the third part though, I just have a tiny advice, tiny tip, is just to do a small jump, then only full jumps after. If you do small jump and a lot of full jumps, you'll start like at the tip of this platform here. So, and then you can just run in the pipe. And that's all. Not much to add about this level. Just practice your second half. Try to read the patterns for the first dolphins. I just give you a tip on how I do it. It works pretty well. Sometimes I still get trolled by it, but it's okay. I'm not expecting to lose time in this level. It happens, but I'm not expecting it. So should not be too bad. Vanilla Fortress, this is the first fort of the game. Forts are like known to have buis at the end, and they are kind of annoying. So this level again, it's a water level. There is not much to say besides just like learn the trajectory. I'm not even gonna really redo it here. Just learn how to swim in the right places. Not much to say about room 1 and room 2, but we have a lot to say about the bugui, about the boss fight in this. So I go tack. Just learn the swims. Here in this part, what I like to do is to bonk on the ceiling and get in the pipe. You can just like get in the pipe like that too. Second half, there is a swamp here. I just want to delay a bit your swims to make sure that if you keep swimming right away. Oh, it actually works. I didn't know about that. I thought I would be taking damage, guaranteed, but in any way, don't risk it. Just delay a bit, bait the swamp and go. Okay? Last part. Swim under this guy, and then here we go. Wait, this guy is not supposed to be here. Usually he's not here, so maybe I messed up something. Usually I don't get that. I actually never get this guy, so maybe it's a practice something. Oh, he's actually here. Well, whatever. This guy is not supposed to be here. But anyway, you have enough spot to actually swim here. Sometimes you have the same like beetle like this that is here. It's kind of annoying when that happens. So what you do when that happens and the guy is like right here, what you have to do is something like this. Hop, and then you avoid it and get into the door. Okay. In any case, here's the boss fight. So those guys, when you start hitting, I think 2, is it 1? The platforms start like disappearing. So it's actually 2. So after you hit 2, the platforms start disappearing. I'm just gonna talk about the quick kills. So what I do is this. Tack, tack. Up, up, and hop. So this is RNG, okay? Those guys can shoot you in the face if they want. You can have very bad patterns, so you have to learn to actually react to them. Yesterday, for example, I lost like the best run I've ever had to these guys. They just shot. I got shot in the face. That was just unlucky. And I guess you can practice, like find yourself a friendly Buibui and just practice like this skill, for example. I'm just gonna explain this skill quick. So I jump to try to bait the fireball if they ever shoot. Kill this guy, jump, kill this guy, get on this platform, kill this guy and this guy after on your way down. So tack, 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 kill this guy, jump off this platform, all jump here. You want to all jump when you run off this platform so you don't fall in lava and then you kill the last one. So hop, hop, hop. Oops, that was a bad jump. Tack, tack, tack. Okay, it's not the fastest Buibui kill, but this is a very comfy one. A fast Buibui kill would look like that, and you can reach like that, but it's not recommended because it's very difficult, and you can easily die. So there we go. At the end, when you hear the whistle, you want to be in a safe spot because if you don't, if you hear the whistle and then you are like. And you jump in lava, like you're above lava, you're in the air, and you fall in lava, you'll die, and the level will not be considered completed. So put yourself in a safe position after clearing the Buibui. That's all I have to say. Well, usually the people who play these games are aware of that. But if you're like an experienced speedrunner from another game that is watching this video, this is the kind of thing that you learn with experience. But yeah, it's better to know early that you can actually die after boss fights, so... or after goal post, but not in this game. This game is mainly in boss fights. In Romax, some creators like to kill you after goal posts. Those trolls. But yeah, there we go. Practice your Buibui fights. Generate other patterns by reloading the levels. So you can practice your Buibui fights. So very tame pattern here. Just like did nothing. And just practice the kill over and over. I cannot show you everything. Just learn how to react to the fireballs. Sometimes you have patterns that are just unavoidable. You'll get shot in midair, so it can happen. So when it happens, it's just sad. There you go. Nothing more to add about this level. Bottom bridge 1. I told you guys that the top bridge is very straightforward. Huh? Like the hard part is the bottom. Huh? The rest is just like we go. I was already at 40-minute video just after those 2 levels, and 20 minutes later we're just like almost done with the with the video. Alright, we are at Bottom Bridge 1. Famous auto scroller. So 2 minutes long. I think it's not exactly 2 minutes, but it's almost that. Here you just have to don't die. So I'm just gonna do it once. Not much to say here. I'm just gonna show you what I do. Don't mess around too much. The only advice I'm gonna give you guys is do not mess around too much in this level. Good, what I like to do here, it's like maybe I like to jump on those red blocks, wait for this guy and hit it. I press Y and B at the same time to grab the shell. And I'm gonna use this shell until the end of the level. So I can be not too annoyed with platforming here. I just want to like not think about anything in this level. Just when you fly like that, I want to say do not fly too much above the void just in case you drop a Y input and your controller doesn't work. So you don't die. Drop the shell here because Yoshi's gonna lose it otherwise. You have a coin block here if you want to adjust your score. This bottom block is a cave, so do not touch it. And you have a 1-up here for fun. If you're in a marathon or anything. I grabbed this 1-up anyway, it's free. There you go, you get that, grab the shell. You can meme and grab the coins, dragon coins if you want. It's not much to do. And there we go. So the pipe is coming up. So when you see the sign, this is the pipe is near, and then you see the pipe, you get into it as fast as possible. And then you jump. There you go, 153 for this auto scroll. Including the fanfare. So it's almost 2 minutes. Nothing to add, and just don't lose Brioche in this level, don't die. So this is all. Do not mess up. It's very easy to do. Just don't mess up. Alright, Battle Bridge 2, fly over. I'm gonna do it once. It's very easy too. I'll grab this, fly. As usual, you're gonna wait until like 80, 81. To refresh the shell. And then here you can fly off screen. In Vanilla Secret 2, I usually don't fly off screen because there is a bomb generator. Here you can fly off screen, it's fine. And then you grab the goal. So we're gonna cover the beginning of this one. Just the beginning because the rest is very easy. So what I do is I press up, hit this guy, release up, hit this guy in the shell. You don't have to hit the second guy. So hit, tag, jump, the third guy. Okay? So press up, hit, jump, hit. Okay? And fly. Not much to do in this level. And fly. I like to eat everything because I'm bored. I think the first guy is mandatory though. Yeah. Second guy you can jump. First guy is mandatory because you take damage. So just eat it. Press up though. Because if you don't, that can happen. So press up when you tongue, and then it's good. And then grab the shell and fly. Not much to add in this one. Ludwig's Castle. Ludwig's Castle is actually a very hard level if you want to do optimally. I'm gonna cover 2 strats in this. You have like a couple more, but I'm gonna cover 2. The one I do, the one I recommend, that is kind of safe, and the one I actually do, which is kind of risky. So let's start with the safe one. And the safe one is very easy. You just do that, attack, scroll twice, and then you just go. Oops, I actually messed up. I haven't done this in a while. So up, scroll, attack, and then just go. 2 fireball here, and then you build P-speed here. Jump here, attack, and get the door. Okay. So this is room 1. Okay. That's like the easiest try in my opinion. To do. Hop, and then you get there. There is another strat that requires like a quick scroll like that, and then keep P-speed here, and then you can actually like stomp on this guy. I actually cannot do this strat because I'm too bad. So that's why I recommend the double scroll anyway. This is much easier, and then to do. Oh, I didn't build P-speed. Oh, messed up. You can get 86 door with double scroll if you're fast enough. 85 is more like what you get anyway, but 86 can happen. Attack. That was too early. Oh yeah, I remember you have to all jump all the way. So attack, double scroll, attack, all jump all the way, attack, hop, attack. There you go. We're gonna do it one more time. Attack, jump, double scroll, just go, stomp this guy, attack, full jump, attack, and then go. So all jump all the way. When you when you do this strat. Like all the way down here. Tack. 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 And then get the door. Okay. So this was like this is the most consistent, the easiest strat you can do. Here's what I do for room 1. A forward scroll like that. So if you do it at the right timing, and I think the timing is inconsistent because sometimes it's just not in the same place. So it's a very inconsistent strat, but this guy would be moving. So you can just go right away. This is what it looks like when you get it. I didn't get it. You say it's very inconsistent. I'm not a big fan of this strat, but it's the fastest way I have to do this level. I can do this level, so I do it. I missed the door, but yeah. Because the forward scroll is faster than 2 back scroll. And you see on the clock I'm on 12:21. I actually can get like 11. I should get 11:08 if I'm good enough, instead of low 13. So this is so fast. This is like slightly faster. Those are the movements that I do and get the door. I don't think I can recommend this strat honestly. If you want to do it and learn it, go ahead. There is a backup for it if you miss. Oh, I didn't move, so you do tack, 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 and then you can go. And then the second half of the room is the same as if you get forward scroll to work properly. There you go. So the reason why I do this strat is because when I do double scroll, doing double scroll for me was actually as fast as missing the strat overall, or a tiny bit slower than missing the strat. So I was like, okay, let's just go, let's just try. If I get the beetle to move, then it means that I'm gonna save time, and if I don't, then I'm not gonna lose too much over double scroll. And that's my mindset for this. But I'm not a big fan of it though. I'm not a big fan of room 1 in general. This is an annoying room. It's easy to mess up. And there we go. Alright, let's go to the fun stuff. Room 2 is actually the only fun room in this castle. You can full piece speed this room. That's what it looks like. And then get the door. So what you do is you build piece speed here. Jump, jump, trigger the on-off, jump. And then you want to do a really juicy regrab under that fireball. This is the hardest jump in this room here. After you did this juicy regrab, what you want to do is only small jumps. So tack, 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 juicy regrab, and tack, tack, tack. Three small jumps. So we're gonna do it again. Put a save state just before the juicy regrab. Hop, juicy regrab. If you jump too high, you take damage of the potable. And if you jump too low, if you underestimate that jump, you die. So practice that regrab. It's a very hard jump actually. It's a scary jump, and you do not want to lose your fire kill in this. So there you go. Just run, get the door. Okay. So room 3 is fence room. Fence room is really annoying. Grabbing fences in this game, not fun. That's what it looks like. What I do is a full jump, grab the fence, jump, up. So full jump, grab the fence, tack, 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 tack. Spam jump, tack, up. Wait here, spam, tack, 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 tack. And then go. So I was a bit slow here for the tutorial, but you can get 50. If I enter 66, I think I can get 53 or 54. If you're really fast. My fences are average for a top player. This is just an annoying room to practice because if you mess up, like it's easy to like you jump and then if your D-pad doesn't work well, then you get stuck on the fence, and it's kind of annoying. I don't have like a lot of tips for this room, except that this jump here, like from this fence here to this fence, be very careful. You want to jump like you want to like reach the top of this and jump here. If you jump too early, there is a chance that you actually miss the fence like that. This is a common mistake, so... There you go. Tack. I touched the like the end of the fence and then I go. There you go. But it's beside that, it's just learn the movements and the inputs. Like I said, annoying room. You gotta learn how to do it. That's pretty much it. Alright. The boss skill. The boss fight. The boss fight, what you want to do is shoot 2 fireballs and jump on the boss. So shoot 2 fireballs, up, and jump on the boss. So my visual cue to jump on the boss is this, like in the background. This fire on the background. So you see, the first one that is on the screen, fully on screen. You see one on the right. This one we don't care. The first one from the start that you fully see is the one you want to look at. And then jump at the right timing. So shoot your 2 fire. And you want to jump like late enough so you keep P-speed. So you can rebuild P-speed after the jump. If you jump early enough, if you jump too early, you're not gonna reach the boss and you can take damage. Like that. So this was the limit. If you jump a tiny bit too early, you're not gonna stomp on the boss, but you're not gonna take damage. You're just gonna get a weird bounce of him without doing anything. So practice your like jumping. So this was too late. If you're too late, your jump will be too short. So find the right timing. My cue is I set the fire on the ground. Up. Just practice this jump. So don't forget to shoot the 2 fires so you can stack them with 1 bounce. Hop. There you go. If you're afraid of that, then just like run right and jump like that. This P-speed jump doesn't say that much time, so you can just do that, it's fine. Okay. So if somehow you get there and you don't have your fire, so what you do is you get that. So let's say I don't have my fire. You can actually kill the boss faster if you do that by hitting the boss in midair like that. It takes 3 stomps and you skip a cycle here. So there you go. So that's like the backup if you don't have fire for this fight. Of course the fastest way is like just shooting the guy and finishing the level. Waiting a cycle I think lose 12 seconds. I believe so. There's so much you lose if you don't have your fire. That's why it's probably the most important fire in the game. The other boss like fights, you don't save that much time not having fire. It's like 4. I don't remember exactly what it is. Like 4-5 seconds. But this one is like around 12 I think. So this is way more. Just because he goes into this shell state and then it's just like running around doing random stuff. So yeah. This was bridge area. As you can see, the hardest part of the top bridge is actually not losing Blue Yoshi and not taking damage for fire. Here it's RNG, and here you have to be good at the game. Bottom bridge is the hardest part of the split. And if you go for CMBK, it might be... If you go for 2 times fast CB and CMBK, that might be the hardest part of the run. But... as a split, it's hard to say that it's the hardest split since all the other levels are rather straightforward. Special has just literally 8 hard levels. There's nothing else to say. And Vanilla Dome also has a lot of tricky levels. So this one is just those 2. So that's all for this. You get out of this level with... You're supposed to get out of this level with 1 fire, 1 Blue Yoshi, special world effect on, red, green, and yellow. Blue switch is gonna be on the next bit, that is Forest of Illusion. That we're gonna cover in the next video. So, thank you guys for watching. bridge area video. That was actually... I was expecting it to be shorter, but not so it is. Hopefully you find helpful information in this video, and see you guys on the next video that's gonna be on Forest of Elysian. Thank you for listening. Goodbye, gamers.